at weight at 154? How you think Crawford did?
You know, they are a weight class for a reason, and you need to ask him. It's different. I know in his mind he think he can do whatever he wants because he's very talented fighter.
I think Canelo's gonna put the beats on him like Dr. Dre.
Do we get a knockdown from Canelo, or does Bud knock down Canelo?
Nah, Canelo's not going down. You could hit Canelo with a Louisville slugger. He's just gonna smile at you.
They ain't say gonna beat him.
Tension between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez has officially hit a breaking point, and it's no longer just about their scheduled fight in September. What started as a typical build-up to one of boxing's biggest showdowns has taken a shocking turn after a heated confrontation at an airport.
Offered the biggest fight because of everything around it, everyone around it, the fact that it might be on Netflix, we're hearing, as a part of a big deal with TKO.
Yeah, I think it's going to be bigger. Even the Mayweather fight is going to be bigger than that.
You think it does more pay-per-view buys than the Mayweather fight?
Yeah, I think so.
Crawford, who has made it no secret that he has zero respect for Canelo, escalated things in a major way. During a fiery exchange, he grabbed the Mexican champion by the collar and shoved him, making it clear that this rivalry is as personal.
For going up, I believe he can put a beating on anybody 154, 160.
But not 68.
Nah, Benavidez is...
Canelo. Yeah.
Oh, Canelo. I think he's a smart fighter. He doesn't rely on his power. Crawford ain't a fighter who just relies on his power.
Nobody saw this coming. Not this soon, at least. Sure, Crawford has never been shy about saying he's coming for Canelo's spot. He's called Canelo overrated and vowed to expose him in the ring. But getting physical before fight night? That's next level. Canelo, never one to back down, looked ready to retaliate. But before he could, people stepped in to separate them that if anyone thought this was just about championship belts and legacy, they better think again. Crawford just sent the loudest message possible. He's not here to play games.
What about Crawford?
Crawford got Canelo, bro. He got to worry about the big Mexican, bro. You got to worry about Canelo Alvarez.
Your new stablemate, so give us a prediction then.
Prediction? It's boxing, though. I got Canelo stopping him. Too big, bro.
Any way you think.
I'm not going to speak for Canelo's team, but me and my father already insisted in sparring Canelo for Crawford. Like, actually sparring, because I know one thing is that they're going to want to, their game plan is to box Canelo, and we're the best boxers there is, bro. But we're going to
play. 4. And let's not forget, all of this is happening while Canelo is preparing for his May 2nd fight against William Skull in Saudi Arabia. That fight is supposed to further cement his dominance at super middleweight and solidify him as undisputed again. But now, Crawford has thrown a major distraction into the mix. The timing couldn't be more interesting. Canelo should be focused on Skull, but after today's explosive confrontation, there's no ignoring the storm that's brewing.
No, because you got to look good in order for you won't mess up your next fight. Because if you fight this guy, you don't look good. The fans, I don't want. He's not gonna look good at winning. I don't want. He's not gonna look good at winning with this guy. You got to constantly have fights that you know and fight a guy that's gonna make you look good. The guy got to pressure you or something. You know, this guy's running around. Crawford's not used to this kind of movement and
Weird
stuff.
fit.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, back at training camp, Team Crawford is locked in. His coach, Brian Bomac McIntyre, has been hyping up this fight for weeks, making it clear that they're not just here for a paycheck. Man, these people think we're in this for the check? Crawford told Bomac, dismissing the idea that this is just about money. For Crawford, Canelo is just another obstacle standing between him and proving he's the best fighter of his era. This is about legacy, not a payday. Bomac is feeding into that energy too. I take nothing from Canelo, he said. But man, when Bud's locked in, it's different. This isn't about the money. Bud's got money investments. He doesn't need this. But what he does need is to prove he's the best. And this fight, this is the icing on the cake.
You know, I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight, you know, and he had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Terence, because this guy was big and he was awkward. He was really awkward. He shouldn't have fought that guy. He should have fought a guy that was...
Bomac knows what it takes to prepare for a massive fight. He was in Crawford's corner when he dismantled Errol Spence Jr. in their undisputed welterweight clash, a fight many expected to be close, but ended in a one-sided beatdown. Even before that fight, Crawford told him exactly what was going to happen. I'm going to mess him up, Bo. And that's exactly what he did, dropping Spence 3 times before stopping him in the 9th round. Now, Crawford is bringing that same energy to Canelo. He's not stepping into the ring for a tough, competitive match. He's coming to prove a point. And if today's airport clash tells us anything, it's that Crawford isn't waiting until September to start a...
Terence is not a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? He's special. And, Canelo, he's a top-notch fighter, world-class fighter. Still on the pound-for-pound list, I'm sure towards somewhere near the top. And it's exciting. Terence is freakishly strong. He can punch. He's got good crack. He can fight.
Even before this airport altercation, Crawford was sending signals that he's locked in for this fight. He's been bulking up, posting pictures of his transformed physique, and showing that he's dead serious about jumping up 2 weight classes. Some have questioned if he can handle Canelo's power, but Crawford isn't concerned. He's spent his entire career proving doubters wrong. And what about Canelo? The Mexican superstar has been mostly quiet about Crawford, staying focused on William's skull. But after today, there's no ignoring it. Crawford made this personal that if Canelo wasn't already taking this fight seriously, he is now. The only question...
Easy work. I heard him say, I'm easy work. If I was easy work, well, you would take all that money that he's offering you. But yet and still, he want $200 million for Benavidez, and he want $150 million to fight me. So that just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to his legacy.
Being that you obviously, again, appealing Team Crawford, can you confirm? Are we going to see that fight? Has it been made official? Is it official?
It's on, baby. September 13, baby. Look forward to it. Crawford versus Canelo. Listen how I said it.
Hey, are we getting this confirmation here first?
You understand? Yeah, it's confirmed. Man, what?
Say less.
Crawford versus Canelo, not the other way around. Team Crawford stand up, pound for pound, the best in the world, soon to be the super mid.
And what Porter said makes a lot of sense when you really break it down.
The others say, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he's still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion.
This is no longer just about boxing. It's personal. Crawford isn't just trying to win. He's trying to humiliate Canelo. This isn't about tactics and skill alone. It's about sending a message. And if today's incident is any indication, this could end up being one of the most intense rivalries the sport has seen in years. Bomac is already fired up for September. I want to prove to the world again that we're the best team out there. That Terence is the best out there. He said, everybody might think this is about money, but no. But's going to beat this guy up. Watch. 9. There's no denying it now. This fight just got a whole new level of intensity. What started as a historic matchup has turned into something much more heated. A few days ago, Canelo's mind was on William's skull. But after today, he knows exactly who's waiting for him in September. And if Crawford's goal was to shake things up early, he just pulled it off in the biggest way possible. Sean Porter knows exactly what it means to fight Terence Crawford, and he didn't hesitate to give his take. When asked about Crawford moving up 2 weight classes to challenge Canelo, Porter didn't just say it was possible. He straight up said Crawford can beat him. That's not just an opinion from a casual fan. That's coming from a guy who's been in the ring with Crawford, felt his power, and witnessed his elite skill set firsthand. And when you really break it down, Porter's argument makes a lot of sense. 10. Crawford isn't just another skilled fighter. According to Porter, what sets him apart is his mentality. He called Crawford the most competitive man I know. That's a big statement coming from someone who's fought Errol Spence Jr., Dennis Yuga's Keith Thurman, and Kell Brook. In Porter's eyes, Crawford is on another level when it comes to focus, determination, and willpower. That's why he believes Canelo could start to break down after 8 to 10 rounds. Canelo is still a great fighter, but at this stage of his career, after so many brutal fights, Porter thinks Crawford's relentless style could wear him out. 11. Shakur Stevenson saw this coming years ago, that he's not just talking now, because the fight is happening. He's been predicting this since 2021, that right after Crawford stopped Sean Porter, Stevenson called it. Bud would be the one to beat Canelo, and it wasn't just a wild guess. He based it on skill, styles, and Canelo's vulnerabilities. This was before Dimitri Bivol dominated Canelo in 2022, so Stevenson was ahead of the curve. 12. One of the biggest reasons Stevenson is confident in Crawford is ability to fight southpaw. He pointed out that Canelo struggles with lefties, and the John Ryder fight proved it. Even though Canelo won, he didn't look sharp, and Ryder was able to land some solid shots to T.O. Stevenson. That fight was all the proof he needed. Crawford would be a nightmare for Canelo. And then he took it a step further. He claimed he's seen Crawford hurt heavyweight fighters in sparring, that if that's true, then maybe this size difference isn't as big of a deal as people think. Meanwhile, Hazem Rahman Jr. sees it differently. He believes Crawford will win, but not by knockout. Instead, he thinks Bud will outbox Canelo over 12 rounds. And Rahman has an interesting take on Canelo's recent fights. He believes Canelo has been taking easier opponents, which has made him complacent. That won't be the case with Crawford. 13. Rahman also pointed out that Crawford is one of the smartest fighters